Hello my friends, and welcome to another session of the Through the Fire Garage sessions. My name is John Koeshall. I'm going to be working with a single stick today. Let's get going. So, in the past we've been putting together movement patterns, and we've been talking about how to move your stick more effectively and how to be able to have a language and speak a new language fluently with a weapon in your hand. Now, as we said, this could be a knife, it could be a telephone, a salt shaker, a hanger, could be a pool cue. We just use a stick because it's a nice facsimile of a long weapon that is blunt. But again, this could be anything. Now let's start to talk about what you actually might use these motions for. So what we're going to do today is play a little game. I'm going to have you follow after me because you probably don't have a partner there. If you do have a partner, all the better. And I would suggest maybe you start looking to get a new partner and to do this with your partner, okay? So we talked about the 5 angles of attack back in the beginning. So an angle number 1, an angle number 2, an angle number 3, an angle number 4, and an angle number 5. We talked about the primary methodology that we like to use for defending against an attack is to defang the snake, meaning to attack the weapon that's attacking you. Now obviously I don't mean attacking this weapon, I mean attacking this weapon. Let me tell you a story. As you may know, my wife and I live in Thailand. Many years ago, back in the early 90s, when I was living down in Bangkok, I had the opportunity to go to a show where they were going to show us some different snakes. So cobras and pythons and different kinds of crates and different kinds of snakes. At the culmination of the show, they brought out a plexiglass box, and it was about a cube of about 1 meter wide, plexiglass. And they took a big, beautiful king cobra and they dropped it in the box. Then they brought out a little cage, and in the cage was a little squirrel-looking thing known as a mongoose. Now, if any of you know about a mongoose and the cobra, it's the classic sort of good guy, bad guy pairing right in the animal kingdom. The mongoose is the natural enemy of the cobra and vice versa. As I watched, I thought to myself, I don't want to see this. I really don't care to see this little beautiful little, pardon me, this little cute squirrel-looking thing get killed by the snake. As soon as they put the mongoose into that container, the cube, the cobra hooded up. Beautiful big king cobra, huge, terrifying. As the cobra hooded up, the mongoose just sort of crouched back in the corner and started kind of moving back and forth a little bit like this. As I'm watching, to my horror, the snake shot down and bit the head of the mongoose. The snake went right back. The mongoose just kind of shook like that. As the mongoose was doing his little dance, the snake hit it a second time. And I'm watching this maybe 5, 10 feet in front of me, 10 to 12 feet in front of me, and I saw that snake bite on the head of the mongoose, and as it did, the mongoose kind of rolled a little bit. When the snake popped up, it immediately put its hood down and started trying to get out of the cube. It was fighting to get out. The mongoose shook his head and jumped onto the snake. When that happened, the handlers jumped in and pulled the snake out and left the mongoose in the box and asked us to come in and look. When we did, I was shocked to find in the bottom of that cube were the fangs of the snake. And the mongoose literally waits for the snake to attack, at the last moment shifts and bites off the fang inside of the mouth of the snake while the snake is trying to bite it. Imagine the attributes to be able to do that. So when we talk about defanging the snake, we're really talking about long distance, primarily for beginning, long distance defense. I am trying to make sure that if someone is trying to hit me, I back away so that they can't actually hit my body. However, I am still able to reach the weapon they are trying to hit me with. If it's a kick, I'm still trying to be able to hit that without it being close enough to hit me. If it's a weapon coming at me, I want to move back so that the weapon clears my body, but it leaves me in position to still hit the hand. Defanging the snake. Now, when we talk about this, we talk about primarily two methodologies to defang the snake. The first one is to meet the force. The second one is to follow the force. What this simply means is, if the weapon is coming at me in this manner, as it comes, I meet the force. It's coming this way, I hit here, and I'm trying to hit their hand. If it's coming this way, I meet the force. If it's coming here on the horizontal, I go over the top of it and hit the hand. If it's coming here, I go over the top of it and hit the hand. If it's coming at me with a thrust, I'm going to step to the outside and hit down on top of the thumb and the wrist here on the radius bone. Okay, so as that comes in, I just meet the force. Now as it comes here, I meet the force. As it comes here, meet the force. As it comes here, meet the force. As it comes here, step off line and meet the force. Okay, the opposite of that is true. If my hand starts here and the guy makes his swing on the number one line at me here, instead of trying to move my hand over here and hit this way, all I'm going to do is accelerate behind it and hit his hand. I'm going to follow the force. Then if my hand is here and he comes this way, I follow the force. Here, over the top, follow the force. Here, follow the force. Here, follow the force. And that will leave my hand again open. So the next number 1 through 5, the next number 1 comes, I'm able to meet the force. And so as you see, if I feed you 1 through 5 multiple times, you are going to follow along. The first 5 you meet the force, the second 5 you follow the force, the third 5 you meet the force, the fourth 5 you follow the force, and you should be able to smoothly watch me follow along and make the action. So I'm going to feed you 5 shots 4 times, the same 5. All I want you to do is watch me on the screen and with your stick, either meet the force or follow the force. Now, an interesting question. Which one do you think is preferable, meeting the force or following the force? Well, it depends largely on where your hand is, obviously. But if I had my choice, I would always meet the force. Now, why do you think that is? Simple physics will give you the answer. If somebody is accelerating a weapon at me and I accelerate into the path, that's going to be double the force hitting. The opposite is also true. If they're hitting full power and I'm coming from behind, I have to at least match the force to stay equal. If I want to hit, I even have to go faster than them, and you can see how quickly this takes away from the damage that I'm able to cause to their weapon as they try to hit me. So if I could, I would prefer to meet the force. Now we're going to just practice this today. The next class, I'm going to show you some ways to take care of if you miss or if they faint, and how to be able to keep hitting on that same line using what we've already done, okay? But I want you now to start to engage your mind. If you have a partner, you can go ahead and do that with them, have them feed, and you follow or meet the force. Just don't actually hit the hand. You could wear a street hockey glove, a heavy boxing glove. Don't use an MMA glove, it's not big enough. And then you could lightly hit the hand and you won't hurt the hand, okay? Otherwise, there's also specific armor that some schools sell that you can use for this kind of training. But it's also possible to do it as we're doing it now, okay? So let's go. So I'm going to give you a number 1, you meet the force, hit the hand. You mirror my number 1 with a number 1. As I hit a number 2, you mirror and meet the force. Number 3, mirror, come over the top, don't meet. Tilt your stick down so you can have mine go under yours and hit. Number 4, you do the same thing. Number 5, you step to the outside and hit the thumb or the top of the radius bone here. Now your stick is across. So when I feed you the number 1, you follow the force. Number 2, you follow the force. Number 3, you follow the force. Number 4, you follow the force. Number 5, you follow the force. And now your stick is open again. Here we go. 1, meet. 2, meet. 3, meet the force. 4, meet the force. 5, meet the force. Let's go again. Now you're following. Follow the force. Follow the force. Keep up, follow the force, and follow the force. Those are your most basic means of meeting and follow the force. There's other ways that we're going to do, and we'll get into that in the next lesson. Hey guys, as always, if you're enjoying what you're doing and you find it valuable, please let me know. Like, share, and subscribe. Let other people know what you're doing, and let's share this information with others. Let me know how you're doing. Shoot me a note, either in the Facebook group, TTF Garage Sessions, or go ahead and just send me write me a note in the link here in the YouTube page is fine as well, okay? I look forward to hearing from you. I hope this made sense and you had a lot of fun. We'll talk to you again real soon. Take care.